another thing they got to watch out for. So there's some interesting matchups to look out for in that game. And if it was as close as what it was the first time, expect it to be a very good game, if you will, between those two teams.
I expect the San Diego Chargers to come into that game with a hell of a chip on their shoulder. They're going to have the bad taste of that loss fresh in their mouths. And if they don't have it on their own, then the media is going to remind them of it all week long this week. Now, isn't going to matter against that Pittsburgh defense. That I can't tell you. Right now, if I had to pick, I would still pick Pittsburgh to win that game.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Pittsburgh as well, because like I said, they've been in playoff mode since September with their schedule. The other game, though, and we already kind of talked about it a little bit, should be your classic smash-mouth defense, running the ball type of game between the Tennessee Titans and the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Ravens had a very good showing today against the Miami Dolphins. Ed Reed is probably not Chad Pennington's best friend after picking off 2 Chad Pennington interceptions. One of those he returned all the way back for a touchdown that sparked the Ravens to go on to win 27-9 over the Miami Dolphins. But you look at those two defenses, and they're really similar. They force a lot of turnovers. They force a lot of offenses to make mistakes because of the pressure they put on quarterbacks and their aggressiveness and their blitzing packages that they have for both teams. I'm going to look at it, and it's going to be the team who's going to have the best quarterback play. Here you have a veteran, Kerry Collins, for Tennessee, and then you have a rookie, Joe Flacco, for Baltimore.
Well, first of all, I want to address, you mentioned Ed Reed, and I'm willing to wager a fair amount of money that there aren't any quarterbacks in Ed Reed's Fave 5. Okay, he's not good friends with any of those people, I'm thinking, because of the snags that he makes, and certainly not Chad Pennington. But I am eager,
especially since some of Pennington's throws look like Ed Reed was shagging fly balls out there.
They looked like the things that you shoot at, when you yell pull, when you go skeet shooting, that's what they looked like when they were floating up there. But what I was going to say was that I'm eager to see Tennessee run Chris Johnson and Lendale White against that Baltimore defense. I want to see if they can make inroads in the running game. They're going to have to, because if it comes down to Kerry Collins having to win that game with his arm, then Ed Reed is going to have another big day. And that secondary is going to feast on Kerry Collins. Collins, fine quarterback. He's already been to a Super Bowl once. He is good, but he throws picks. He turns the ball over, and he will against Baltimore if Chris Johnson and Lendale White can't get it going.
Now, these two teams did play in Week 5, Tennessee and Baltimore. Baltimore lost that game to the Titans 13-10. Remember, though, this was Joe Flacco's 4th game of his season, and he's progressed, and he's become a lot better running that offense. And also, they started using LeRon McClain a lot more after that.
Absolutely.
And so, I mean, it's going to be a different, just like that Charger-Steeler game, it's going to be a different scenario and some differences between these two teams when they face off next weekend.
I think that the Ravens have managed to keep evolving throughout the season because of their personnel changes. It makes these teams that are facing them now, I'm sure it was a headache for Miami going in, because they could look at their own game film against Baltimore earlier in the season.
Right.
And then they have to take into account the fact that this team has evolved. This team has changed. That was one of Flacco's first outings as a starter as well against Miami.
Correct.
And he improved steadily, and they changed their running game, and they changed the way they used their defense. In the first game against Miami, Chris McAllister was down. There was an opening in the secondary, and we were able to get balls down the field against them. Not that it did any good, but that was a weakness we were able to exploit the first time around, and now their secondary is absolutely solid.
Right.
There are no weak points on that Baltimore defense. So good luck, Jeff Fisher, game planning against them. But the Titans have done it all this season as well, and I know there are pundits out there who look at them and say, yes, best record in the league, but they're not sold. And what does it take to sell those people?
Right.
Seriously.
Mhm.
What else does Tennessee have to do? Well, they have to go in and beat Baltimore.
And that's going to be a huge, huge obstacle in front of them because of the fact Baltimore, like you said, has been a team that's been improving. Whatever you do, though, don't watch the Dallas Cowboys on how to tackle because if you recall, Willis McGahee, 77 yards, LaRon McClain, 82 yards.
You mean the Olay technique?
Yes, the Olay technique, which led to the final 2 big runs in Dallas Stadium. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Maybe not watch those. Maybe not watch How to Tackle, by Pac-Man Jones.
Definitely not going to be on the greatest hits highlight reel for Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. No.